Oh, fuck. No, that was the first time. So what you witnessed there was my keg kicked. I didn't even know it was that low. I had some assumptions, but anyway, that was the last NEPA that I brewed. I'd have to look at the recipe to get some. Looks like shit on the phone, but not actually looking that bad. But anyway, oh yeah, Mister. So anyway, hey, it's me, it's Wally. It's been a while, right? It's been a long time. At least get like a tangerine, some some little bit of orange, but mostly like tangerine kind of aromas, flavors from it. A little more bitter than I'd like on the back end, but anyway, it's Tuesday night, so tomorrow's Homebrew Wednesday. Wheezy, ow. Okay. And with all this dumb stuff, and we'll sit down and talk about a few things. All right, I got a new phone. I got a Pixel 7 Pro, so forgive me. Forgive me. So anyway, same me, same worn out old Wicked Weed shirt that I pretty much wear all the time because it's comfortable inside the house shirt. So what have I done? So obviously I brewed a NEPA a while back. I don't think I ever talked to you guys. I think I stopped videoing before any of that happened. So yeah, that's that. What I did do, I brewed a stout Sunday. Today's Tuesday. 2 days ago, right? Sunday. Late Sunday morning. And it's just a stout that I kind of threw together. It's probably going to taste like crap, but, so basically it's a rye, I say rye oatmeal stout. Not really, there's no oatmeal in it, no oats in it. It's flaked rye, and then it is blonde roast oat malt. Which roast oat malt, I don't know if you guys have used it or who's familiar with it or not, but I made a white stout with it years ago, right? And it does give you this kind of oatmeal cookie kind of thing. I'm gonna go from there. So I'm hoping that the flaked rye, the blonde oat malt, roast oat malt, will give me a pretty decent stout. When I say big stout, it's not big at all. It's only maybe about 5%. My OG going into the fermenter was 1050. So yeah, it's not gonna be a big beer. And that, why is that, Wally? You may ask, why is that, Wally? Yeah, I'm still trying to get I'm switched over to Brewfather. So I haven't got my efficiency dialed in yet. So, according to Brewfather, my my OG going in the fermenter should have been 1053. So I was 1050. So I was a little bit off. So I've got a little bit to play with there. But anyway, it's aggravating at the same time. But I'm not putting out the effort to figure it out either. I need to do more. I need to just sit down and put pen to paper and figure out all the numbers that I need to know before I just start just arbitrarily changing stuff. So I got that done. I bought a Vitavolt, another 60-pound Vitavolt, just to keep. I've got bags, 5-pound bags of like Golden Promise, and 6 row, and a few other things over there that I've accumulated. So I need some place to store those. Anyway, that's pretty much been it. I got quite a bit of video of the stout. Smells awesome. We can kind of go over the fermentables here. It's just 6 pounds of pale 2-row, 5 pounds of flaked rye. Let's see here. There's a half a pound of there's a whole pound of blonde roasted oats. There's a half a pound of chocolate, half a pound of roasted barley, and 5 ounces of Special B. Why 5 ounces? Because it's pretty much all I had. Instead of putting 4 ounces, I went and chucked the whole 5 ounces in it. And the Special B was pretty prominent flavor as I was tasting it, as it was transferring from mash tun to boil kettle. No, not mashed on a boil kettle, but as I was taking gravity samples, kind of tracking where I was at and what I was doing. So anyway, but that was probably 15 minutes into the mash, so um, it's I'm sure it's changed, but I like specialty and dark beers. So anyway, I think it'll be okay. So that's that. Initially, I had wanted to get some black malt, but for whatever reason, I was just using grains that I had, and I thought I had black malt, but I did not. So hops, 30-minute boil. I just used an ounce of Galena at 30 minutes. Why? Why Galena? Well, because it's an old school bittering hop. So I've got some. I want to go ahead and use it. So then I did a hop stand, 10-minute hop stand, not really a hop stand. I was just, once I got below 160 degrees, I went ahead and chucked an ounce of, actually turned out to be an ounce and a half of Idaho 7. That's because that's all I had left in the bag. Just let it go throughout the course of chilling. So yeah, I had 2 packs of USO 5. So it's pretty easy stuff. The SRM is about 27-ish, so it's going to be more of a dark brown than anything. So yeah, it shouldn't be. It should be an okay beer. It smells really good. I did use the Dublin stout dark ales water profile and Brewfather. So yeah, that's kind of it. That's where I've been. It is hanging out 65 degrees F. I'll let that go for a few more days, and I'll crank up the temperature to about 70-ish. We'll do a diacetyl rest and all that good old stuff. I don't need to tell you about that. You guys know all too well. We'll get there, and hopefully you guys can sit around and watch some videos. It's kind of a shame. I just kicked my keg. Good thing I brewed. Now I need to brew again because I've got 2 empty taps. I've still got my very first NEPA that was meh. It was okay. I haven't drank through it yet. Not that it's bad. It's just not what I wanted. So my flavor's kind of like meh. Just not excited to drink it. Then I've still got quite a bit of the my IPL that for whatever reason came out at 8%, which it tastes great, except it's an 8% beer, and I don't want to sit around drinking 8% beer. It's not a good thing. It smells delicious. I think what I'm doing, I'm squirrel. The last 2 NEPAs that I've really liked, I've used 6 ounces at a whirlpool for 20 minutes, half an hour at 100. And this one, I actually lowered it down to 150. The other ones was like 160. And I'm still getting way too much bitterness. But the nose is awesome on these. So I'm thinking I need to dial that back a little bit and not do such a large dry hop. Or not whirlpool, or at least dial down the time. Because I'm still getting IBU extraction. And we'll see what happens because there's no hops to the boil. it's all whirlpool. It's still got some bitterness to it, but this has got honey malt in it. If you guys have ever gotten a chance to go to Asheville and had a burial NEPA, that's kind of where I'm going. It's got a pretty nice malt backbone, but it's still got kind of a bitterness to it. It's hard to explain, but I think I'm really close. I'm really close with this. Not that this is a burial clone, not at all. But anyway, that's kind of where I want to go with it. So I'm getting there. Everything's good. It's good. It's good. Okay. All right, guys. I've rambled enough. I've got quite a bit of video footage. One thing. I don't know if you guys can see it. That's my boil kettle right back there, and then mash tun to my left. Anyway, my hot liquor tank was leaking. I'm not gonna show you guys, but anyway, where the bottom spigot. So you're looking at right about there where the bottom port is on. That's my boil kettle. Right underneath of that, when I drilled the hole and pulled the tool through it for the solder in 1/2-inch MPT nipples, I got really down too low and it cracked. and I soldered it in, but the crack at the time it didn't really leak, so it hadn't gone all the way through the steel. But over time, this has been shit. I've had this thing built now for several years. Just over time, it developed a small weep. It wasn't bad. It was just weeping. So I did tore the whole thing down. Um, Soldered, put more solder on the bottom side of that, and soldered all that in there. Now it's leak free. Everything's good. Um, so yeah, everything's great. At some point, I keep doing all this stuff. I'm gonna upgrade. I'm gonna get rid of those kettles. I'm gonna go to 20 gallon spike kettles, I think, but that's down the road. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm just going to keep rambling. I guess it's 9 minutes and 44 seconds just on this part. That's not counting the introduction and all the other good stuff that you guys love to see. All right, guys, that's it. Cheers. Peace. Woo. Ow. All right, boys, it's been a while since you've seen me. I know you've missed me. So what we're doing today, I just threw together a rye stout. I got just stuff I've got laying around. So I've got a 5-pound package of flaked rye, and in there I've got 6 pounds of two-row. I've got, let's see, 8 ounces of the blonde roasted malt, which is, hopefully it gives me like an oatmeal cookie kind of flavor. I've used it before in a white stout, and that's what it kind of gave me. Let's see here, 8 ounces, half a pound of chocolate, half a pound of roasted barley, and 5 ounces of special P. So my SRM is not quite what I wanted it to be. It's around 27. I thought I had some black malt, but I don't. So my SRM was initially around 35. This is going to be about a 27, so it should be like a dark brown. So yeah, that's it. I gotta get that done. Got it milled. That's my crush in there, if anybody cares to watch. So I've got strike water and all that stuff heating up. Yeah, so we're running. We're moving right along. All right, so what we're doing with hops, I've got some old ass Galena, so I'm gonna bitter with that. I'm doing a 30-minute boil, so I'm gonna do an ounce of Galena at 30 minutes. Then I've got, I know it's probably dumb, but I've got an ounce. That's about an ounce and a half of Idaho 7. I'm gonna put in just when I'm chilling down. We'll see what it does. Probably not a whole lot, but I like that fruity kindness with the dark beers with stouts, and that's just the old world flock and the yeast nutrient. So yeah, it's gonna be kind of an old school, throw it together, garbage beer. I'm sure the alpha's not anywhere near 11.7 anymore, but you know, it's a stout. We'll see what happens. All right, got my water additions, and that is 0.6 grams of calcium chloride, 1.3 grams of Epsom salt, and 1.6 grams of gypsum. So there's some dark grains in here. You don't need all the all the buffering and all that good verbiage that people like to talk about. So I got my fermenter ready. I don't need all that claptrap set up, but I've got the floating dip tube set up so it works with that length of the tea. So anyway, that's that. But now let's look at the so it's pretty dark. I'm worried that my gravity's low. Got about a little under 12 and a half minutes left, so I started ramping it up for the mash out. But I'm worried my gravity's gonna be a little bit low. I'm using Brewfather now, and I'm just keep messing with it, trying to get my efficiency down, my correct efficiency, and I just really struggling with it. So anyway, if it's not, we'll see what we can do. So I'm transferring, and take a look at that. So I'm just about, I can still see a little bit of liquid there. So first runnings are about 10:55, 10:52. So yeah, by the time we sparge and get up to boil volume, it'll probably be down to like 10:40ish. Taste so far, it's pretty good. There's some roast to it. I think the special B's coming out pretty prominent right now. But we shall see once I get it's gonna be a 30-minute boil. I think I've already went over that, but we're talking an ounce of Galena, then an ounce and a half of Idaho 7, just for something to talk about. But anyway, we're sparging, we're getting there. It's gonna be a small beer. Not a problem. All right, I'm at about 7 gallons pre-boil. So I've been boiling now for just about 11 minutes. I'm doing 30-minute boil. So pre-gravity was 1050. So it's going to be a little bit bigger of a beer than I had anticipated, which is a good thing. The brew father said it should be 1053. So I'm not really that far off. I'm okay with it. So I got a 70% boil off percentage on my PID. So I'm trying to keep it somewhat vigorous. And yeah, I think we're gonna go. Should be a pretty decent beer. All right, so I've got just over 6 gallons. Just chilling right now. I'm down to 90 degrees, 89, 91, whatever, about 90 degrees. So I'm gonna pitch a couple packs of USO5. I'm gonna ferment at 65. So we're gonna do a little bit cold, then we'll ramp it up right towards the end of fermentation and take care of all those little nasties at the end, and we'll call it a beer. Right now it's about 10. I don't know what was going on. 1050 pre-boil. I got a couple different readings, 1050 and 1045. So obviously the 1050 is not correct because that's what I'm getting right now with my post-boil. So anyway, something I threw together. We'll worry about the details later. But anyway, that's it.